वेलकम बैक। आर्ट हैज नो बाउंड्रीज। हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में दूसरे देश से आकर अपने लिए एक अलग पहचान बनाना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। And one such recent success story is that of Sri Lankan beauty Jacqueline Fernandez. Welcome to the show, Jacqueline.
Hello, thank you.
Firstly, a very big happy new year to you.
You too.
Thank you. साल की पहली big release, Race 2 की आप lead heroine हैं.
Yes.
But tell us, how did the journey in Bollywood begin for you?
I had come to India for modeling.
Right.
And सिर्फ modeling के लिए आई हूँ and I somehow was called for this audition. They were looking for a Jasmine in this movie Aladdin, and I didn't even know what the movie was. I had no idea that they were making Aladdin. I just randomly went, my agency told me just go and meet them and stuff and it might be good. And I said, listen, I don't speak Hindi nahi aati hai, I don't, acting nahi aati hai. I said, so why would I go? I ended up going and, from that day, I think it was just like, okay, listen, we're doing a movie, it's called Aladdin. It has Amitabh Bachchan in it, it has Ritesh Deshmukh, it has Sanjay Dutt. And the only name that I knew was Amitabh Bachchan.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, it's Amitabh Bachchan. And Amitabh Bachchan actually एक international star है. So I was actually बहुत excited थी, and I think it just happened from there, just took off from there. And I think my first experience was so good that I kind of knew at that point, okay, this is what I want to do.
You're from another country. What are the kind of obstacles or problems that you face here?
Obviously, the language. It's really important, that you have the language to communicate. And obviously, I am in a Hindi film industry. So for me, knowing Hindi, it is very important.
और जैसे कि अभी आपने कहा that your first two films didn't fare well, and I guess a lot of people had written you off. So how did you cope with that kind of stress? आसान नहीं थी. Loads of times, कि I thought मैं वापस जाऊँ, बॉम्बे में कुछ नहीं मेरे लिए. So should I go back? And I had very, very, I think, good friendships and good people here who kept me here and kind of like encouraged me to stay. And it was fab because that same year, that Jaane Kahan Se Aaye Hai did not do well, and then that Aladdin had released, and I was offered 2 huge movies within the span of a month. And this was after months of waiting around. And that was Murder 2 and Houseful 2. They came like together. So it was, I was like shocked. I was like, that's why I think they say in Bollywood you have to be a patient person. And now Race 2 sequel as well has
Race 2,
happened. So when did this come about? When did this film come about?
Race 2 happened to me 2013 now? Okay, 2011. End of 2011, and I was in the middle of shooting for Houseful. And when they were making Race 2, I was like, imagine if I was called for Race 2, how cool would that be? But it was just something that came into my mind. It was like, how like you kind of like just dream of something and then you just move on. You're like, no, it'll never happen. Okay, whatever. And so when I got the call for Race 2, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it.
And also, Katrina Kaif is a foreigner. And despite of her Hindi being very weak, she is probably the #1 actress in Bollywood right now. तो क्या आपको लगता है कि it's because she is friends or she has support from some of the top actors like Salman Khan, Akshay Kumar, and now Shah Rukh Khan?
I don't think that has actually much to do with with her success story. Katrina came into the industry and she was accepted by the audience.
Right.
So I think her fan following goes to show that she is someone who is liked. And no matter how much I think a godfather or a friend or a star can throw you in front of the public, if the audience rejects you, they reject you. So they can try. You might get an opening in the beginning, but the audience speaks. Box office speaks, and they don't lie.
आजकल बॉलीवुड में एक्टर्स के लिए बहुत सारे opportunities है. Like you get to do your shows and endorsements other than films.
Appearances.
Right.
Yes.
So how overwhelming is that?
For us, it's fantastic. I always believe that sometimes as an actor, and I've actually even heard Shah Rukh Khan say this. He said that you cannot depend on movies to pay.
Right.
Movies are not the money makers. For us, it is actually endorsements. It is actually appearances. It's performances. You know, it's awards. That actually are the money spinners for us.
Other than films, what's the next best thing that you like doing in terms of entertainment?
For me, actually, I'm quite a boring person. I love TV, you know, so it's really nice when you can just kind of like laze out and be yourself and not have to worry about anything. And, you know, I can kind of go into this whole other world with TV, and it's nice. I'm a homemaker.
Okay, good to know that too. And so we've also heard कि आपने अपने parents के लिए श्रीलंका में 4 acres का एक island दिया है. And how true is that?
It's true. It's actually been a lifelong dream of mine.
Oh, wow.
ये एक बहुत बड़ा सपना है मेरे
था जो अब
सपना था जी
अब सच हो
क्योंकि
गया है.
अभी you know, to own land actually in, you know, my own home country, it's actually quite a big deal for me. So and it's the first time actually I've ever done something like that, and so it's nice. I think that it's kind of like one of my wishes fulfilled now.
And tell us a little more about your future projects.
Well, right now, actually, I have not signed anything. And I'm actually hoping that, I think, you know, probably Race does bring some good offers. And I'm very happy to, you know, wait for that opportunity when it comes.
Well, thank you so much and all the best for Race 2.
Thank you.
And we hope it races ahead at the box office.
Yes, yes. Here's to a great start of 2013.